Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. You know we love bringing you the latest and greatest in all things tech and healthcare. And today, well, let's just say today's topic is particularly mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing is right. We're taking a trip to China to uncover how AI is absolutely revolutionizing their healthcare system.
And hold on tight, because we're not talking theory here. We're diving into real-world examples straight from the Digital, Medical, and Artificial Intelligence Innovation Forum in Beijing.
Oh yeah, this forum was held as part of the 2024 Capital International Medical Congress during the China International Fair for Trade in Services, CIFTIOS for short.
Phew, that's a mouthful. But hey, you gotta love a good acronym.
Right. So what they're doing in China with AI and healthcare, it's like stepping into the future. A future where AI helps diagnose diseases with crazy accuracy, robotic surgeons operate from miles away, and treatments are tailored to your unique DNA.
Okay, so picture this. You go to the doctor, and instead of just relying on their expertise, they have AI working alongside them, analyzing your medical history, symptoms, even your genetic data to help pinpoint exactly what's going on.
And that's just the beginning. Remember those sci-fi movies with robots performing surgery? Well, guess what? It's not sci-fi anymore.
Now, what really blew me away about this forum in Beijing was the sheer commitment China has to this AI healthcare revolution.
I mean, it's not just lip service. Mao Qinan, the vice president of the Chinese Hospital Association, made it crystal clear that they're going all in. He laid out how AI is shaking things up in 4 major areas: clinical diagnosis and treatment, personalized medicine, resource distribution, and you guessed it, public health management.
It's huge. They're not just focusing on fancy hospitals in big cities. They're aiming to transform the entire healthcare system from your local clinic to nationwide initiatives. It's pretty amazing, don't you think?
It's a global phenomenon, really. Zhao Gang, he's the Director General of the Global Innovation Center and a researcher at the Chinese Academy of Science and Technology for Development, highlighted how AI is driving medical research and drug development worldwide.
It's like this race to innovate, with countries pouring resources into AI research. I mean, they're putting their money where their mouth is, because the potential to change people's lives for the better is just enormous.
Right, and the forum in Beijing was like this gathering of the brightest minds in AI and healthcare. We're talking about top researchers, innovators, all coming together to share their insights and breakthroughs.
You've got Cheng Hiping, an academician of the Chinese Academy of Sciences and a professor at Peking University. He's doing groundbreaking work on AI and big data and how they can transform biomedical research.
Seriously, groundbreaking stuff. Then there was Zhang Xu, another academician and the director of the urology department at the PLA General Hospital. His presentation. Well, he painted this picture of a future where remote and robotic surgeries become the norm.
I mean, can you imagine a specialist controlling a robot from miles away, performing delicate procedures in a rural village or even a disaster zone?
The technology is there, and it's evolving so quickly. It's actually amazing to see these ideas that were once just sci-fi tropes becoming real, tangible solutions.
Speaking of real solutions, this is where the forum got really exciting, because they showcased practical applications of AI in action. It wasn't just pie-in-the-sky stuff. They were talking about how AI is already making a difference in people's lives right now.
So we had companies like Tencent and Alibaba presenting their AI-powered diagnostic tools. These things can detect everything from cancer to chronic diseases.
Okay, so they're using these things called large medical models. It sounds complicated, but think of it as like having a team of expert doctors instantly analyzing your medical info.
It's pretty amazing how this technology is making diagnoses more accurate and accessible, even in places where maybe there aren't enough specialists.
Oh, and then there was Fuwai Hospital with their intelligent human motor ability assessment system. Get this. It's an AI system that assesses your physical health by analyzing your movements. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it sounds futuristic, I know. But it shows you how AI is making the leap from the research lab to the real world. And that's where it can really start to change lives.
I mean, it really feels like we're on the cusp of something huge in healthcare. And it's not just about cool tech. It's about making healthcare better, more effective, and accessible for everyone, right?
You hit the nail on the head. One of the big things I took away from that forum was this need for everyone to work together.
Everyone.
Yeah. Researchers, healthcare providers, tech companies, policymakers. We all need to be pulling in the same direction to make this AI-powered future a reality.
It's a tall order for sure. But just think about the possibilities. Imagine AI helping us spot diseases, early personalized treatments for better results, even predicting potential health risks before they become a problem.
And that's where big data and AI really shine. When you can analyze huge amounts of medical information, well, AI algorithms can spot patterns and insights that would totally go unnoticed by humans.
So that means more accurate diagnoses, more effective treatments, and in the end, better health outcomes for everyone, right?
Exactly. And think about how AI can help us tackle some of the big challenges we're facing in healthcare systems around the world.
Like what?
Well, how about resource allocation? Or making sure people in remote or underserved areas have access to quality care? AI has the potential to make a real difference in those areas.
You mentioned remote areas. It's pretty amazing to think about the possibility of a specialist performing robotic surgery in a village miles away, or using AI-powered tools in small clinics to catch diseases early on.
It's not just science fiction anymore, it's becoming a reality.
It's mind-blowing for sure. But like with any new technology, especially one this powerful, there are always questions and things to consider.
You're absolutely right. The forum didn't shy away from that either.
Oh, really? What
Right.
kind of things came up?
For example, Lu Tao. He's the director of the AI Center at the National Clinical Research Center for Neurological Diseases. He gave a really fascinating talk on the potential of AI in brain health.
Interesting.
Yeah, he covered everything from emergency care and rehabilitation to personalized treatments for people with neurological conditions.
It's exciting to think that AI could offer new hope to patients and families dealing with those kinds of challenges.
Absolutely. And speaking of challenges, Go Jing, the CEO of LinkDoc Technology, made a really strong case for why we need to treat medical data like a valuable resource.
So he's talking about managing data efficiently so we can deliver better healthcare, right? I can see how that's going to be crucial, especially with the explosion of medical data we're seeing.
Exactly. AI's ability to make sense of all that data is going to be key for both the quality and efficiency of healthcare.
We've been focusing a lot on the positive side of AI in healthcare, but I'm curious, what did you pick up from the forum about potential challenges or downsides?
Well, one of the big things that came up again and again was the need to develop and implement AI in a responsible way. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about making sure it fits into the existing systems and that everyone benefits from it.
That makes sense. It's like walking a tightrope trying to push the boundaries of what's possible without losing sight of things like fairness, accessibility, and responsibility.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to have these open conversations. We need to hear from everyone, scientists and engineers, of course, but also healthcare providers, policymakers, and most importantly, patients, to make sure we get this right.
What I find really exciting is that this conversation is happening all over the world. China's definitely pushing the boundaries with their AI advancements, but it's not just them. Researchers and innovators everywhere are contributing to this rapidly evolving field.
And that kind of global collaboration is essential. By sharing ideas and expertise, we can speed up progress, learn from each other, and work towards a shared vision for the future of healthcare.
I love that idea of a shared vision. It reminds us that we're all in this together navigating uncharted territory, and we have a collective responsibility to get it right.
At the end of the day, the goal is to create a healthcare system that truly puts patients first. We want to empower people with knowledge and give them more control over their own health and well-being. And AI can be a powerful tool to help us achieve that.
It's definitely a future worth striving for, and after this forum, it's clear that the momentum behind AI in healthcare is unstoppable.
Absolutely. The advancements we're seeing are transformative, and they're happening at lightning speed.
So as we get ready to wrap things up in the final part of our deep dive, I'm really curious to hear what stood out to you the most from all the discussions and presentations.
Let me think. I was really struck by Deng Zixin's presentation on AI and synthetic biology.
What is that?
He talked about using AI to design and build entirely new biological systems, like personalized medicines tailored to your individual DNA or sustainable solutions for environmental problems.
That sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel. It makes you realize just how much potential AI has to create truly revolutionary innovations.
It's a field that's just bursting with possibilities.
It's incredible how far we've come in such a short time.
And on that note, I think it's a good time to pause for a moment and let our listeners absorb everything we've covered so far.
You're right. We've covered a lot of ground, and it's definitely worth taking a moment to reflect on what all these advancements really mean.
Wow. It's amazing to think about everything we've covered in this deep dive, from those practical AI tools that doctors are using today to those almost unbelievable possibilities on the horizon.
It's been a wild ride for sure. We've gone from AI helping diagnose diseases to robotic surgery to engineering entirely new biological systems, and it's all happening so fast.
I know it's mind-blowing, but at the end of the day, AI is just a tool, right? A powerful tool that can change healthcare for the better. But like with any tool, it all comes down to how we use it. That's a really important point. As AI keeps getting more advanced, we have to be careful to make sure it's developed and used responsibly.
I agree. It's not enough to just be impressed by the technology. We have to actively shape how it's used so that it benefits everyone, not just a select few.
And that's where our listeners come in. The more people understand about AI and the challenges we face, the better equipped we'll be to advocate for its ethical and equitable development. We need everyone at the table.
So let's talk about that. What are some of the big questions we need to be thinking about as AI becomes more integrated into healthcare?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is bias in algorithms. AI systems learn from the data they're fed, and if that data is biased, the AI will be biased too. And that can lead to unfair or inaccurate results.
It's like they say garbage in, garbage out. So it's not just about the AI itself, it's about making sure the data it learns from is diverse and representative and doesn't perpetuate harmful biases.
Exactly. And then there's the issue of data privacy. With all this medical information being collected and analyzed by AI, we have to make sure people's privacy is protected.
It's a tricky balance, right? We want to use data to improve healthcare, but we also have to respect people's privacy and keep their information secure.
Absolutely. And another thing we need to be mindful of is access and equity. We can't let AI-powered healthcare create a bigger divide between the haves and have-nots.
AI should be used to level the playing field, not make things worse. Everyone deserves access to the best possible care regardless of their income or where they live.
I couldn't agree more. The goal is to create a future where AI empowers people and strengthens communities, not the other way around.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one message you want to leave our listeners with?
The future of AI and healthcare is not set in stone. We all have a role to play in shaping how it develops and what it looks like. By staying informed and engaged, we can make sure AI is used to benefit all of humanity. It's going to take all of us working together.
I love that message. It's a reminder that the future of healthcare is in our hands, and we have a responsibility to make it the best it can be.
So to everyone listening, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep asking those tough questions. This is just the beginning of the AI revolution in healthcare, and it's going to be an incredible journey.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you learned something new, had your mind blown a little, and maybe even feel inspired to get involved. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.